Joachim Kelly, National Camogie Manager of the Year for 2010. It's a couple of years coming, perhaps. We've all watched on the last couple of years. You've been nominated, but here you are. You have the award in your hand, but I know you're going to tell me it's all about the girls and the progress that they've made over the last couple of years.
Exactly. 3 years ago when I got involved, and our first training session was in Mount Bolus, and it was November 2007, and we had 13 training, and by the end of the training session we had, I think, 15, and the first thing I said to them was, we're going to be in Crow Park next year, and I had a vision, and it worked out. We got to the All-Ireland, lost it, came back the next year, won it, and then went up intermediate and won that as well. So the last 3 years have been great, but it's not down to me or the management or the selectors or Bernie or Ger Fogarty or Mark Corrigan or any of them or Catherine Byrne. It was all down to the girls. What I got out of it was going to a training session with 25, 26 girls there on a summer's evening with 25, 50 hurling balls, and giving it everything, honesty and commitment and dedication and determination for that hour and a half. That's what I enjoyed out of it. And then tonight was a culmination of those 3 years and getting the award. It was nice, but I wouldn't have got it only for the girls gave this so much commitment.
Yeah, the girls give you an awful lot of credit. I suppose they know, obviously having been involved the last couple of years, they know the commitment you put in as a manager, but they know you can have the crack as well.
Yeah, well, it's a fine line, you have to be serious for that hour and a half in training, and once training is over, then you switch off and you have to have the crack as well. But it's a happy medium, but there is crack, and life is not all about doom and gloom either. You have to have the bit of crack, and and there's a happy medium there between the players and myself and management, and they give it on the field of play, they give it in training, and we do enjoy ourselves as well. We go down to Kelly's in Board in the Green, and we had the commitment. We go to Banagher as well, into Flynn's and Banagher, and we had the crack there as well, and it's all about enjoyment as well,
Yeah, I suppose, and it brings you back a bit to your days as a player, and the crack and the banter as well. And I mean, I suppose when you come out of the inter-county scene as a player, you don't really leave it away at all, to be honest, do you? You still have that deep inside you, that you have the crack, you have the banter. I mean, this is kind of a bit reliving your youth, if you like. I mean, you won All-Stars in 80 and 84. I mean, I don't think there's been too many personal accolades since, but all of this is reinventing the wheel a little bit too, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit older now. I'm in my 50s now, and I can look back and, when I was young, it was great, it was all about training and commitment. But now I'm with the girls, times have changed and moved on. It's all about, it's very professional at the moment, but we do have the crack, as I said, and, should look at long may it continue,
Did you think when you got involved that all this success would follow? I know it'd be very easy to say yes, I know it would be very easy to say no, but I'm sure you saw the potential that was there, if nothing else.
I definitely saw the potential that was in that team. I knew that there was success in that team, and I picked a good men involved with me, Ger Fogarty and Mark Corrigan, Catherine Byrne and Barry Nugent, and they were great people to get involved with. They knew the game, they knew the hurling, and it's not about just me, it was all about management, but mostly it was about the girls. They were fantastic. You have some great leaders there, Marion Cray, Michaela Mark and Elaine Darmody, Karen Nugent, Fiona Stevens, Siobhan Flannery, great girls.
Arlene Watkins.
Oh yeah, but they have developed, but the best about them, they'd listen, and they were honest, and we had the crack, as I said, and they listened to me, and I cajoled with them, and I wasn't always right either, and they tell you that too,
I suppose too, a bit like the way if I asked Elaine or Michaela about the personal recognition of getting intermediate soaring starts, and much if I say it about you, it's about the team that's behind you, and you're a bit of a figurehead, if you like, representing the team, and this award is maybe as much about those selectors as you mentioned, and everyone else in the background, right through to the county board and everyone who's given their time and effort.
Well, there's a great bond in this team. As I said 3 years ago, there was only 13 at the first training session. We now have 25, 30 involved, of players, and that bond and spirit will never, it's hard to buy that, you have it in the Munster rugby team, you have it in the Kilkenny hurling team. It takes years to develop it, and we have developed it over the last 3 years. And look, I won't always be there, but I'll probably stay another year or two. But I'd love to see it continue on, and somebody else come in and continue it on, and keep Offaly Camogie as senior status. We have 5 good colleges now in the county, and that's where we need. If each of them could produce 4 players, that's 20 players every year, and that's all. 4 players is not much to ask for. We have Johnny Flaherty involved there in coaching and development, and it's great, and that's what we need. Our next aim is to win a senior Camogie All-Ireland. I started out in 1981. We won our first All-Ireland. So that's, Offaly started. Offaly All-Stars start from somewhere. So we won the first All-Ireland in 81. Why not win a first All-Ireland Camogie in the next 2 or 3 years?
I was going to ask you, obviously with all the success in the last few years, and I suppose with the junior you started off and lost an All-Ireland final and then came back and won, and obviously the intermediate success this year. The step up to senior, how hard is that actually going to be?
Well, there's an old cliche, you have to win one to lose one, and we lost one and we won the junior and then we won the intermediate. Now, there is a big step up, I have to say, and the hard work only starts now, as I said in there tonight. And look, we've gone back now. We have a physical education teacher in now at the moment doing core strength and weights and all that for the next 3 months. And we have to get stronger. Look, I'm looking at the Wexford women there tonight. They're all big, strong, powerful women. All 6-footers, and we have to match that. If you can match it, and we have the skill, but if we can match the strength, we'll be thereabouts in the next year or two.
It's fair to say there's a lot of counties chomping at the bit in the senior. We saw Kilkenny making an All-Ireland final last year. Wexford bridged a long gap a couple of years ago, and obviously reigning champions again this year. But maybe Cork is stepping back a bit. Galway are threatening there as well. I'm not saying it's easier, but certainly it's become more of a level playing field, even though I'm sure you're mindful of the likes of Dublin and Limerick, who were up there and completely capitulated as well. Yeah.
You mentioned Cork there, who won a few All-Irelands. Tipperary there in the 90s as well, won 5 in a row. So there's a lot of it is luck too. You can have it, and we're lucky at the moment. We have a bunch of girls there, and if they stay together and keep together, we could win an All-Ireland in the next year or two. Maybe 2 or 3 years. And Wexford after winning All-Ireland, they'd probably win another 1 or 2, It's like Boring, Offaly, it's like Kilkenny and Leinster,
You get on a roll.
You get on a roll, you have a bunch of players, and, you will be lucky and you will get there eventually.